my God, why have you forsaken me?" These are the words that Jesus cried out as he was dying on the cross. For a long time, these words of Jesus bothered me. Why? Because in many places, the Bible reveals that Jesus is God in the flesh. Jesus is God. If Jesus is God, then why is he crying out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Doesn't seem to make sense. The Bible also says that Jesus is the Son of God. And usually when Jesus is addressing God in the Bible, he's addressing him as Father. So in my thinking, it would have been a lot simpler and more clear if Jesus had cried out from the cross, "Father, Father, why have you forsaken me?" It at least would have been a less confusing statement than, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Well, that statement of Jesus that used to bother me now brings me great joy because it reveals something beautiful about God. What it reveals about God is that God himself knows what it's like to feel forsaken or abandoned by God. So it's true that Jesus is God in the flesh, and it's true that Jesus is the Son of God. But the Bible also says that Jesus was human. He was a man. He left his power and glory in heaven, and he came and had an experience as a human being. Jesus experienced the pain and suffering that humans experienced. So God knows what it's like to feel rejected and hated by people. God knows what it's like to feel tempted to sin. God has experienced being abused and tortured. And God has even experienced what it feels like to be forsaken and abandoned by God. There are many people in the world today who have experienced such terrible things, painful things, that it has caused them to feel like God has forsaken and abandoned them. There are people who are crying out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" and feeling like God has forsaken them. Well, you know, Jesus felt like God had forsaken him on the cross. But after Jesus died on the cross, he rose from the dead on the third day, and now he is seated at the right hand of the Father in glory. And so God had not abandoned Jesus, and God has not abandoned you. No matter what has caused you to feel forsaken and abandoned by God, God is with you, and he has a plan to bring you victory and into glory. Thanks for watching.